superposition of electric field intensity. Suppose if many charges are present in space, maybe positive, may negative, may positive or negative, then they will produce their own electric field. So what is the net electric field intensity at point P? For this purpose, we use principle of superposition of electric field intensity. According to this principle, net EFI at a certain point is equal to vector sum of individual EFI produced by individual charges at that point. Suppose here we have 3 charges Q1, Q2, Q3 kept at point A, B, C respectively. So they will produce their own electric field. So what are the net EFI at point P? For this purpose, EFI produced at point P due to first charge Q1, it is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 by P square AP cap. By second charge Q2, it is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q2 by BP square into BP cap. And by third charge Q3, 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q3 by CP square CP cap. So their vector sum is this. This is the net EFI at point P. So to get net EFI at a certain point when many charges are present in space, we use principle of superposition. So here at point O, suppose it is x-axis, it is y-axis, many electric fields are acting, that is E1, E2, E3, making an angle theta 1, theta 2, theta 3 from x positive axis. So what are the net EFI at point P? For this purpose, what we will do, we will resolve E1, E2, E3 along two vertical components. Suppose it is E1, this angle is theta 1, so its horizontal component become E1 cos theta 1 and vertical component E1 sin theta 1. Similarly, for second EFI, suppose it is E2, angle theta 2, so its horizontal component become E2 cos theta 2 and E2 sin theta 2 is its vertical component. Similarly, for third also, it is E3 makes an angle theta 3 from x positive axis. So its horizontal component become E3 cos theta 3 and E3 sin theta 3. After that, we will take the summation of each horizontal component. Suppose it is Ex, it is equal to E1 cos theta 1 plus E2 cos theta 2 plus E3 cos theta 3. Similarly, the sum of each vertical component, that is Ey, suppose E1 sin theta 1 plus E2 sin theta 2 plus E3 sin theta 3. So now we have two resultant component one here. One is summation Ex and other is summation Ey. Here it is summation Ex and it is summation Ey. It is along x-axis and y-axis. Suppose resultant is E and makes an angle alpha from x positive axis. Let it is O. Suppose it is A. So use parallelogram law of vector addition to get resultant EFI and direction. So by parallelogram law of vector addition, as you know, result magnitude of resultant EFI, it is equal to summation Ex square plus summation Ey square plus twice of summation Ex summation Ey cos theta, means angle between them, here it is 90 degree, to become summation Ex square plus summation Ey square. It is the magnitude of resultant EFI. Now, what are the direction? Here, tan alpha. See this triangle. Perpendicular, it is suppose AP, and that is equal to OQ, and that is summation E by upon base summation EX. Therefore, alpha is equal to tan inverse summation E by summation EX. Here it is from summation EX direction, or from summation E by it is 90 minus alpha. So in this way you will get the direction of resultant E of I if various electric fields acting at a certain points. Now come to the next point, neutral point. Suppose if many electric field produced at a certain region, then if net E of I at a certain point is 0, then that point is said to be neutral point. Clear? So suppose case first, if two similar charges, means positive charges, are kept at a certain distance from each other in air or vacuum or in any medium, then where the neutral point exists. So see here at point A, positive charge is kept, so electric lines of forces will emerge and move away from Q2 because Q2 is itself positive charge, so force of repulsion will take place. Similarly, electric lines of forces will emerge from Q2 and they get repelled by Q1 and move outward. It means neutral point is present in between the charges. Suppose that point is C. That point is C, and the distance of this point C from Q1, let it is X. Therefore, from B will be R minus X. Therefore, direction of produced electric field at point C due to charge plus Q1, it is along AC, positive to given charge, AC, this is EA. And direction of produced electric field at point C due to this positive charge Q, it is from B to C, it is EB. So see here, at point C the direction of EA and EB are opposite, and resultant E of I is 0. It is possible only when the magnitude of EA and EB are same, because the resultant vector becomes 0 if their magnitude is same and direction is opposite. So here EA is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 by X square. Its direction is along AC. Similarly, electric field intensity at point C due to charge plus Q2, suppose it is EB, is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q2 by R minus X square. It is along DC. Since their magnitude are same and direction are opposite, so here EA is equal to EB. Are you may write? EA minus EB is equal to 0 at point C. Put them, so you will get Q1 by X square is equal to Q2 by R minus X square. Therefore, Q1 by Q2 is equal to X square by R minus X whole square. So by this formula, you will get the position of neutral point if both charges are either positive or both charges are either negative. Okay, so thank you for this point. And next point we will discuss about in next lecture.